All right, guys, Coach Chad back again. I did a previous video where I talked about stretching out the big toe and utilizing a single foot as well as a double foot position where I connected the heels and I was able to drive a stretch deeply into the plantar fascia, stretch that big toe as well as the ankle and the soleus out. Really great stretch. Catch is, for some people, you might feel a little bit of a pinching sensation here, okay? Right in the top of your see if MPJ, so your metaphalangeal joint, okay? Metatarsal phalangeal joint here on your big toe. If you're feeling pinching when you're doing stretching, generally that's not a good sensation, okay? You're not probably stretching out what we want to get. You end up stretching maybe like, think about bone on bone. You're just kind of impinging that joint or just pinching it into a position that's not going to actually gain range of motion. So if that's the case, what you might want to play with is actually mobilizing the big toe a bit more. So this might be easier to see the socks off, but it's actually a pretty easy thing to do. What you're going to do to mobilize the big toe is to simply just traction the joint a little bit. So you're going to pull out on the joint. And you can do this in a couple different ways. You can just do it simple like I just did there. Just grab the big toe, pull it out, and now try and get that range here, and you can manually stretch it. And if that's the case and you get rid of the pinching, cool, that's excellent, all right? But the other thing you might want to do is actually grab onto the bone up here, kind of hold that back while you're pulling out on this one, and then move that joint around and create some space inside of there. So you've got to mobilize this joint a bit. Now this is going to come from going back and forth, side to side, twisting it a little bit, okay? Playing around with trying to mobilize that joint as much as you can and just get a bit of range. Now you're going to push down with your thumb on the top of the metatarsal, this bone right in here. You're going to push down and back while you're pulling on the toe, and you pull on the toe and now you drive in. You can get rid of that pinching hopefully, and if you can, great, stretch the toe here. You could even do a bit of contract relax, so you could actually actively push the toe down just lightly, maybe 10% of your effort, a little 5-second contraction, relax and fall deeper and pull the toe a little bit deeper. Go through 3 to 5 basic 5-second contraction and relaxations, and then once that toe was mobilized, I would move back to trying to get some more range in the stretch. If it's still pinching, then avoid it. But if not, if you've gained that range of motion, now maybe you can come back in and get a little extra stretch out of that toe now without the pinching. So then you just have to do a little pre-joint mobilization on the greater toe before you get into these stretches. If that's what you have to do, that's what you have to do, okay? But again, the whole goal is going to be to mobilize this toe to the point that we can have somewhere between 60 or 70 degrees up to 100 degrees of range of motion in this joint. Now, when I've been testing individuals on this, a lot of people are actually able to achieve that. Then this stretch may not be something you have to work on. But for me, someone who's got very limited, almost about 45 degrees, it's something I have to work on. So I've been spending a little bit of time here over the last 5-10 minutes stretching this. And what I've found is that by doing this, obviously, my bottom squat position now is a lot better as well. It's a lot more comfortable. I still can't quite get my heels down fully, but that's okay. Now I can just kind of maneuver and wiggle myself into position here. So it's improving my capacity in my bottom squat position as well, because it's gaining some range of motion in my soleus and my ankle, which is fantastic, okay? Again, another little tip for you guys. I hope that helps. Some range of motion on that big toe. Enjoy.